Now, we're going to move into talking about the different writing assignments that you're doing this semester. You are writing 4 major papers, and then you will put all 4 of those papers together in a final portfolio at the end. To understand each of these different genres, you first need to understand what we call the rhetorical triangle. That means a triangle of 3 different strategies, 3 rhetorical strategies that you use in every single paper to best achieve your purpose. The first strategy is called ethos, and it means your credibility, the writer's credibility. How much should the reader trust you? That is your ethos. The second strategy is logos. It's the use of logic. So you want to use sources and evidence and support that is strongly logical and vetted so that your reader trusts, again, what you're saying. The third rhetorical strategy is pathos, which is the use of sympathy or anything that will appeal to the reader's emotions. So ethos is appeal to your own sense of credibility, to establish yourself with the reader as a trustworthy resource. The logos is the use of logic, appealing to the reader's logical side, and pathos is appeal to sympathies, so that the reader can sympathize with the fact that what you're writing about is important.
Just to highlight some and add to what Nicole just discussed, ethos is also the credibility of the sources that you use. So some people you might use as sources might offer an ethos appeal to your readers. You should believe what I'm saying and what I'm trying to support here because this person has done the research and this person is reliable and valid because they're experts in the field, because they've, done the schooling, done the research, those kinds of things that help make them experts in the field. So ethos is your credibility as well as the credibility of your sources. And pathos, it's not just sympathy all the time. Sometimes ethos is used to make people angry in order to evoke some kind of action or response that will create some kind of action.
Now, on to the 4 papers that you'll be writing this semester. You will be asked to do several small assignments leading up to each of these papers to help get you started with ideas for your papers, but these are the 4 main long papers that you will be asked to write this semester. In the first paper, you are writing a report. It's a pretty easy genre. It's probably something you've done several times before. A report is informative. So you are taking on the role of the informer or the reporter who has information to share with an audience who doesn't yet know that information.
Exactly. The next genre is the position paper. In the position paper, you will act like a commentator. In fact, that's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be both commentator and editorialist, where you argue for a specific position on an issue of public concern. Essentially, what you'll be doing is having a formal argument with both the people that agree with you and the people that don't agree with you. The argument paper is probably one of the hardest for students to write because they have a difficult time having a discussion with people on both sides or all sides of the issue.
It's difficult to stay fair and balanced. The third genre that you're writing is a proposal. In the proposal, you're taking the issue that you've been discussing in the report and the position, and you are proposing a way to change this issue in some way or make it better in some way. So you're acting as an advocate for the cause, whatever the cause is that you've chosen. So you are proposing a way to change or fix the problem.
Exactly. And finally, you have the profile paper. This, out of all of the papers that you'll be writing this semester, is the most creative. So you need to look at this genre as a creative nonfiction genre in which you become an embedded journalist on your subject matter. What I mean by embedded journalist is you need to actually observe your subject matter, possibly interview your subject matter or someone involved with your subject matter, and offer an insider's view of what it's like to be that subject. That is what a profile is. You do that through using scene setting and dialogue as well as some other tools of creative writing.
Don't be scared of these genres. You will find lots of explanation on each of them. We will be doing a podcast to explain and introduce each of the 4 genres, plus you have fully detailed assignment descriptions that will be posted in Blackboard. We will do lots of assignments that lead up to these papers, and the readings that we assign you to do will also explain these genres fully. So don't worry now, we just wanted to give you an idea of what's happening and what's coming up ahead.